everyone.
Good morning.
Writing in any form, whether it be poetry, free writing in a journal without a rhyme scheme, or making your own music, is a great escape from the everyday norm and a great form of self-therapy. My field of expertise just happens to be writing raps, and a rap is an expression of oneself lyrically over an instrumental. The origins of rap. Rap was originated in the early 1970s in the streets of New York, according to www.plasticlittleraps.com. The era of hip-hop spread from coast to coast in the following years, opening up the platform for some of your and my favorite rappers. To name a few, the Notorious B.I.G., Tupac Shakur, Run DMC, Jay-Z, and much more. From coast to coast, rap became an art. An article on hiphoplive.com states that rap is a form of street art similar to graffiti. The art flourished. In the upcoming years, rap took over more of the United States, and the above artists that I listed above began spreading globally and taking the art form to the next level. These artists would write songs about life experiences, social injustice, and even hopes for peace. They wrote out of love, they wrote out of anger, they wrote out of depression, and they even wrote out of happiness. Rapping myself. Writing music or raps is such an important part of me because although I may seem like a people person, there are some things I cannot express unless I do them lyrically or over an instrumental. I suffer from anxiety and a mixed mood disorder, which most of you would know is bipolar depression, and writing raps is my escape. According to winmentalhealth.com, for some, writing is essential and a non-negotiable form of therapy that has to happen daily as an emotional outlet and or creative expression. For others, keeping notes in the form of a personal journal can be useful adjunctive therapy and an exercise which can contribute to emotional release and self-insight. Writing raps especially has become a constant form of therapy in my journey to become a better person mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. How to write a rap. All right. So first you have to come up with an idea in your head based upon the mood that you're in at the time. Secondly, you find an instrumental that just happens to intensify that mood. Third, you listen, you feel it, and eventually you start writing your own masterpiece. The typical length of a rap is 16 bars, which is the equivalent of a 3 count 16 times. So if you were listening to an instrumental, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, all the way to 16. Demonstration of a rap. All right. So around this time, I was going through, my whole mental breakdowns and my divorce and everything like that. And this was what I turned to. I turned to a notebook and I turned to a pen. I put on an instrumental, and whatever I was feeling at that point in time, that would be what would go on top of that instrumental. Around this time when I wrote this, I was going through my divorce, I was separated. It was just a bad time in my life, as you all could look back on my introduction speech. I was just not me I was not the me that I knew. I didn't want to be that person, and the only escape I had from that was writing. This just happened to be the instrumental that resonated with me more at that time. So I'd start counting, 1, 2, 3, 1, and try to figure out what I was going to do. So I came up with this when I started writing. Every day, I feel the pain. I was thinking of the reasons I gave you my last name. Played no more games with you couldn't stop. And I always knew the reasons we could end up on top. But we hit rock bottom and dreams just faded. And our friends somehow thought that we could make it. But I guess they were wrong. Now you ain't here and all I got is the song. You've been gone too long. The perfect chemistry, a distant memory. You'd always be the reason that my heart would skip a beat. You want my honesty, I'll give it to you straight. I wanted you then, but why? You had to wait. And feeling so true turned out to be fake. I was always on time and you showed up late. And no, I can't take it. All the time that I waited, all my time that you wasted, all the times that you faked it. You brought the storm, I couldn't stand the rain. And I hope that when you think of me, you feel my pain. You brought the storm, I couldn't stand the rain. And I hope that when you think of me, you feel my pain. Forgive, forget, you'll never be forgotten. It's crazy how something so sweet goes rotten. You brought the storm, I couldn't stand the rain. And I hope that when you hear this, you feel my pain. that was just the first verse that I came up with after I put my pen to the paper and I thought about what I was going through. That's what I came up with. Now, if y'all want to hear the second verse, I'll do the second verse for you. If not, then please, second verse.
Is that even a question?
Yeah, you know that we can get away. But every day, yeah, you know I feel this pain. Every day, it's every day. And this one's for you. Said it was me and you. It was you and I remember all the times I used to hold you when you cried. You looked me in my eyes and then you filled me up with lies. And we could have made it work, but it was you that never tried. I stood by your side through the good and bad choices. And we could have made it work, but I feel like you forced it. My love came naturally. And now, quick bang, yeah, you're just another casualty. And all I ever wanted was for us to live happily. But now it's back to reality. I said it's back to reality, fussing and fighting, but how can you be mad at me? When I didn't do nothing, so you would take nothing and you turn it into something. And no, I can't take it, all the time that I waited, all the times that you faked it, all my time that you wasted. You bought the storm, girl, I couldn't stand the rain. I just hope that when you think of me, you feel my pain. You bought the storm, girl, I couldn't stand the rain. And I hope that when you think of me, you feel my pain. Forgive, forget, you'll never be forgotten. Crazy how something so sweet goes rotten. You bought the storm, girl, I couldn't stand the rain. And I hope that when you think of me, you feel my pain. That was what I would do. That was my outlet. Writing raps has become a huge part of me. It started with my brother. He would just sit down and he would freestyle to me all the time about what was going on in his life. Because at that time, what was going on in his life was probably the same that was going on with mine. That's my brother. We're like twins. But throughout my life in the years where love has taken its toll on me, writing raps has become my escape. Writing to me is therapeutic and the best form of medicine. And I say that as a recovered pill addict. When times got hard, I used to pick up bottles containing pills and even bottles containing alcohol. Now I pick a beat and I utilize my own thoughts and my feelings to escape a harsh reality. And CST 100, that's a wrap.
Woo!